Today I'm talking about Etude number 2 by Philip Glass. He wrote 20 etudes. This one's definitely one of my favorites. For me personally, not every one is amazing, but there's a couple real highlights for me in there. If you're interested in listening to this is my favorite recording of this music. This doesn't have all 20, but I think this is the best recording that I've heard of this music. So let me start by just playing the beginning of this. So that's how the piece starts. The main thing there, and it's easy to miss this if you don't have the score in front of you, is the time signature. So the first measure is in 7/8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then it goes to 4/4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Counted that wrong. Then measure 3 goes back to the 7/8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I think it's a little easier, just as far as thinking, to think of this as 7/8 and 8/8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, I think for me, when you go to odd time signatures, it really gets exciting when it's very smooth and flows almost to the point where you can't tell you're in an odd time signature. So going from 7/8 to 4/4 could potentially feel very clunky and not smooth. This, I feel like, is very effective, and I think the secret is that the way that it's like matching the notes of the chord, just going up and down, and it's like doing the same thing but dropping a beat, so that stability of it being like the same type of chord pattern minus one beat is, I think, what makes this really successful. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I think you could really take this principle and apply it a lot of different ways. Like, as long as you're keeping the way you're playing the chord consistent, I feel like this gives you actually quite a bit of time signature freedom. So I'm just gonna, like, we'll just take like a C major 7 to an F major 7, and you could get just like every measure could be a different time signature and it still sounds good. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that very basic idea feels like there's a lot that you could do with this. The other thing that stood out to me about this is actually this is a very Stravinsky kind of idea without sounding like Stravinsky at all. And he used that same idea but based off the melody. So you'd like take a melody, I'm just making something up, but he would take the melody and it's always starting the same and he's chopping it up, and every one of those chops is a new, often it would fall in a new time signature, but because it was like the same phrase restarting, it sounds good and smooth. And this is doing the same thing but based off the chords. So I think both of those are really interesting ideas, a lot that you could explore there. Now harmonically, we're starting with a C major 7, and then we go to an A minor 7, and then this is where we leave the key, A flat major 7, and then we go back to C. Now almost the whole piece is just using that. So this A flat is obviously the most notable harmonic thing that's going on. Now what's interesting about that is from the C major 7, we have G and C, and the A minor 7, we have G and C, and in the A flat major 7, we have G and C. So I think that's one thing that makes this particular instance of going out of the key going smoother, sound smoother. And then the other thing is the lowest note is B, A flat, and G. So obviously that just downward movement makes that feel smoother. So let's just hear that one more time. Okay, so he does that a couple times just by itself. And then after that, he brings in these really low bass notes. So I love how deep, I mean, we're scraping the bottom of the barrel there. And I think the default is to stay in this pretty narrow mid-range with the piano, and I love just the power of, so he's just hitting C's down there, and at, 2 of them at the octave. So there's very little movement in the bass. It's mostly C, it moves around a little bit, and then, let's see, does that happen twice? So that happens twice, and then after that, it's like the same idea. Oops. But now he's taking it to the opposite extreme, and we're, almost as high as we can go there. So then that happens twice, and then the next section he's doing both. So you've got this going on. So he's putting both in there, so it's like just the lows, just the highs, and then he's alternating the highs and the lows. So that, I would consider all of that kind of like section A, just with some slight variation. Section B is where it feels like the feeling changes quite a bit, and we go to this thing. So this is actually the exact same chords. We've now gotten rid of the odd time signature. There's no 7/8, but just the chord pattern, the way he's presenting the chord is different. There's just one other thing in this piece that I wanted to highlight, and this is actually my favorite, I think my favorite moment of this piece. So this is through one of the reiterations of the part that has the 7/8 in it. And so I talked about the chords, we've got the C major 7 and A minor 7. So this reiteration, we play the C major 7, I'm just going to play it in block form, and then it goes to A minor 7, and then underneath it, when he's playing the low notes, he puts this F note under it. So this whole time, when we're on, this A, C, E, G, we're obviously playing an A minor 7, and we've done that multiple times, like, I don't know, 10. So 10 times we have like this A minor 7, and then out of nowhere, all of a sudden, he recontextualizes that chord, and obviously if you put an F under it, now you have F, A, C, E, G, so an F9 chord. And And I think that's really interesting, just the fact of this was an A chord, and you've really established this feel of A for quite a while, and then putting that note in and just that different feel, it's very notable.